So periodically I go to see the meat cutter at the grocery store and see if there's any beef fat that I can get my hands on, and I've done that today. And the best thing about this is no charge. So what I've done is I've got some bacon grease heating up in this frying pan right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this out. I'm gonna cook it for my lunch today. And it's gonna be outstanding. Get my cutting board. All right, so this is lunch, and I've been on a sardine, not calling it a fast, but I've been on a sardine dominant plan where sardines have been the main meal, sometimes the only meal, and then sometimes I would add a boiled egg or two to the sardines. I'm breaking out just a little bit today. I went by and got that fat, and I've got it fried up. And I still have my sardines because I think they're really good for me. And I have my eggs. And as of this morning, which is Thursday morning, September the 12th, I've been on my sardine dominant diet. Gee whiz, what day did I start that? I think it was Sunday. So today would be day 5, and since I weighed Monday morning, I've lost 5 pounds. Now, my skeptical self says there's going to be an adjustment, and it's going to jump back up some, which that's been my experience. But the last time I had an adjustment, it jumped up to 274. Now I'm at 269.4. So if it jumps up to 267.4. So if it jumps up 3 pounds to 270, the adjustment is lower than the last adjustment. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, I go by the fat from the butcher. Sometimes it gives me things I really can't use because it's got a real tough meat attached to it. But if you're needing one day to increase your fat, and I'm using Louisiana hot sauce. It's not Carnivore. Really. I've done straight Carnivore. So this week, actually today is 1 year since I started the Carnivore diet originally. And in 1 year, my net weight loss is about 12 pounds. Which is not great, especially when you watch these guys on YouTube that say, hey, I lost 40 pounds in 5 months. I'm telling you the truth. From September of last year, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, for 7 or 8 months, I did not cheat. All I ate was meat, beef, butter, eggs. That's all I had. and I had very little weight loss. So when I add some Crystal, and I've been eating Crystal all week, I'm losing weight. It might be because of the hot sauce. Delicious. My coffee's ready. I love this fat. As far as I'm concerned, when I'm cooking a steak, there goes the air conditioner. When I'm cooking a steak, the fat's the most important part. I just had this conversation with a lady at the grocery store, and she said, "Yeah." I used to weigh 400 pounds. I know I've told you that, but now I'm 267.4. What's that, 130 pounds? I didn't lose all that weight on Carnivore, but I've been on a diet most of my adult life. So I believe it works. Number two, I believe from a lot of the information I've seen that the carnivore diet is the answer to a lot of health issues in the world. Now, I'm a pastor, and people say, well, Ken Berry's wrong. Man's diet has not always been carnivore. God gave Adam and Eve the garden, and he told them to eat every seed-bearing thing there except the one fruit. And so is God for or against vegetables? God created vegetables, but the problem with most of the vegetables that we're eating today, they do not resemble the vegetables of the Bible. They've been genetically altered, and maybe if you grow your own vegetables at home, I'm not against vegetables. When I lose enough weight, I'm gonna incorporate some collard greens back into my diet. But I'm not against vegetables, but the vegetables that you buy in the market at the store, they're not the same. Now, having said that, I don't know that beef is not a lot different than it was 6,000 years ago. Beef and lamb. But I think it's harder to genetically alter beef as much. It's hard to genetically alter beef. And I don't know this. I'm not a scientist. I'm just kind of reasoning in my mind that the vegetables have went through more of a transformation than the meat. I hope. God's not against vegetables. And men were not eating beef 3 million years ago because there were no men on this earth 3 million years ago. I'm a creationist. I believe the Bible. I believe that the Bible was created by God. I believe that the earth was created by God 7 days. Now, how long was that 7 days? Well, the Bible says 7 days, but the Bible also says that to God, a day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as a day. So, this fat is really let me say this. I haven't said this about Dr. Berry. I do believe he's wrong on evolution. I really do. I believe he's wrong. I don't believe that our ancestors 6,000 years ago only ate meat. I believe he's wrong. Having said that, Dr. Berry shares a lot of information that's very helpful to me. And when he has a new video come out, I want to see it. Can't be right on everything. Sardine dominant. beef fat fried, some Redmond's real salt, black coffee. And I come home for lunch because I was listening to a YouTuber, Stephanie, and what's her husband's name? And she's part of a Facebook group called No Spend, where you actually really watch your spending. So back in the old days, I would be somewhere in town eating lunch, even on the carnivore diet. We have a barbecue joint that has a lunch buffet, there's all 2 or 3 kinds of meat. Mexican, I can go to Mexican and just eat meat. Chinese place, sit down Chinese place has chicken and beef on a stick. I usually eat that a lot. Or I have gone to McDonald's and just ordered hamburger patties. But this lunch cost me $1. And that's because I bought the sardines. They're 98 cents, so probably $1.05 when you add tax. And then I ate the beef fat that was free. And then I ate a couple of boiled eggs that we have a couple of people that give us eggs because Felicia makes a lot of cakes. So the only thing that I'm eating today, it cost me anything, was the sardines. Walmart brand, great value, packed in water. Sardines are pretty good. They're not as good as the fat, y'all. I want to thank you, all 2 of you, out of probably 20 who have viewed this video and watched it all the way to the end. If there's 2 left. I got a tough piece here. It's fat, it's got some kind of meat gristle attached to it. I might not be able to eat it. Bye.